Welcome to part 14 of FIFA 17, The Journey.
Alright, what's next in store?
Another match. A league one.
Alright then.
But let's see what it is. Come on, game. Load. There.
What a load.
What a load of shit.
Get a load of this.
A Villa, 1-0. Mr. Alex Hunter can play. Love that, but I didn't score.
Gameplay
Yeah, you
story
actually lost.
segregation. Gameplay stories. Okay, yeah, honestly, that's really kind of
this-
stupid.
That's this game's that's this story's biggest problem, gameplay story segregation.
Which is weird because it's really not that hard to, program in a sort of diagram tree to correlate with different events for this. It's so simple though. Hey, you win a match and you score, you lose a match, you don't score.
Well, Joe, from what we've been told, apparently BioWare was the one who helped out the esports when it comes to structuring the story mode and
Wow.
considering how BioWare has gone down the crap in recently, that might be it.
Well, Pedro,
Okay, I have to be honest, it's not that terrible, it just has some flaws here and there. Otherwise, it's a straightforward sports story.
I guess the main issue is the fact that yeah, it's not terrible, but the problems that do show, though,
And
you
remember,
think
it's
that...
a first attempt of a franchise that never had
man,
something like
that
this
shot.
before.
No.
And no one even asked
Oh,
for
what's
this,
wrong,
honestly.
Dwibs?
That shot the shot I took a couple of shots ago was awful.
I'm guessing the main
That one was
issue...
no better.
I'm guessing the main issue is the fact that, well, yeah, the story is simple, however, they're kind of screwing some things up that you wouldn't expect them to screw up. Like, especially with BioWare, of all people, helping out with story. I mean,
I'm willing to forgive them for this one, but at the same time, I want to expect future titles to have much more competence and quality.
Well, we'll
Again,
find
my
out.
guess is that the main reason people are a bit, upset is because, like, well, it's freaking BioWare at the,
Anyway, while we're waiting for the next match to begin, one thing I was wondering, if it turns out that the next if the season 2 of the journey doesn't have like a thing where if you keep your save file, that adds to the story of season 2.
We need to have one, Dwibs. It makes too much sense.
I know, but I'm just wondering if they don't. I'm wondering whether I should just get the Switch version or the PS4 version.
Well, it probably will.
We'll see. I mean, they haven't made any mention of it yet.
We'll probably say that at E3.
Maybe. And, well... we never really have much to say during training.
Well, it's true.
Well, you're doing fine so far, but the previous one was not that great.
I'll just get. Well, in that case, yeah, I'll just get the software that I was talking about earlier before we started this part. What moron in YouTube told the management, "Hey guys, you know what's the most demanded thing right now? We need to make it so that the text on videos now leads to the editing page."
Yeah,
Because-
basically, audience, for context, we often like to access RAWs from our video channel. So usually how it went was that we clicked the link, and that would get us to the video. Nowadays, it takes us to the edit page, so that kind of doubles our workload in a sense.
we could just right-click on the
Oh,
picture
right,
bit
the
and then-
image. I keep
Well, yeah,
forgetting about
of
that.
course. It's just that
Anyway,
I'm so
guys,
used to click on the text.
So, what's the next match, Dwibs?
Next match, we're off to Wales again, and we're facing Cardiff.
So,
With us well.
Wait, did we get transferred?
No, it's a bluebird. No. Remember, we got sent out on loan to Aston Villa, and we're away to Cardiff.
No.
Again, it feels
Yeah,
so weird. I mean, what's the point of having you choose your team in the first place if you're pretty much going to be sent down a path that transfers you to another one anyway?
Well, at least you get to choose the team he sent out on loan to.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's just that conveniently the 3 clubs that got relegated from the Premier League the previous season. Norwich, Villa, and some more club. Hang on, this guy doesn't sound Welsh. 0 out of 10.
3 goals in the last 3 matches, and that's it.
Alex Hunt.
3 in his last 3. The talisman for the team here.
1 goal
no
per
doubt.
game.
Didn't go in the last one, he didn't score. He said scored.
Here's the 11 fielded by Cardiff City today.
Alright
It's a
then.
variation on a theme, really, isn't it? What we're saying is, instead of a back 3, he's going to have a back 5, and those
A back
wide
5, eh?
wing-backs, as we would call them, are going to be more defensive. I think he's a bit fearful of the opposition.
Does look that way, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
full of
Really
Aston
likes to
Villa.
try and
It's
convince
these.
us that those fullbacks are going to be wading forward, but if they're under the cosh.
Oh yeah, and
sit there,
also
nice
happened
and
this
tight, that's
season,
reason to half.
in real life as well as in this game,
Aston Villa
the
team
Football
for this
League got a
game.
new logo and
So,
a new
4-4-2.
Is
So,
that different from before?
brand overall. Yeah. Now it's called the English Football League, or EFL, as if we're some
One of the
American
Premier
sport
League
now.
ever presence from its inception in 1992 until the most awful of seasons 15-16 and relegation.
Yeah, 15
rock bottom,
in a villain.
and
Sorry,
somebody who has Villa in
a
his
season
heart.
in
What
which
do you make of it?
Aston Villa fans will want to forget, Chelsea fans will also want to forget,
Very good stop here.
Everyone
But-
wants to forget.
except
Corner
Leicester
for Aston
City.
Villa.
Alright.
Come on.
I forgot Dwibs, it's yeah, okay, no, I recognize now.
Great stop.
Oh,
The keeper's got a spring in his step.
I forgot, what determines which corner you're gonna side?
It depends on where the ball exits. If it goes over the right side, that's the right corner.
I almost
Left is the
hesitated
left
to
corner. If it
mention
goes
Aston
over
Villa
the
teams
middle,
earlier, but
then I
I'll
think the
turn to
team
it now.
chooses where they
That
go.
15-16
Okay.
season, one of the worst for any club at any time in the Premier League.
Are you controlling the entire team now? Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, chance.
There we go.
On the mark here.
So I guess you perform better when you control the entire...
Yeah, I think it's better because if you're controlling the one person, you have
The
to
job
hope
done
the AI
here
isn't
in terms
retarded.
of goal scoring by Danny Williams.
I think his all-round game, Martin, has been excellent. His movement, top class.
Top class
You can see
movement,
a slightly
guys.
different
Oh, yeah.
viewpoint on it.
Definitely.
So the first goal, it's 1-0.
Goal for Aston Villa, number 7, Danny Williams.
Yoink.
And in he goes with the tackle. Now Williams.
Alright.
Well, this attack got a bit of menace
Come on,
to
we
it.
almost got 2.
Space for the shot.
Oh, nope.
He's blocked that well.
Yeah, no, there was too
Very good
crowded.
defending, reading the danger and blocking it away.
It's too crowded, yeah.
Couldn't keep it in play. It's gone out for a throw.
Okay, Lewis, here's another trivia question for you. After 10 years of the Premier League, back in 2002, if I remember correctly, they made this little thing where they officially picked, thanks to some votes from actual Premier League fans
Alan
via their
Shearer.
website. No. I know he's the best scorer. I know it's not that. It's they picked the top 10 goals of the season. Of the season, sorry, the decade. Sorry, the top 10 goals of the first decade of Premier League.
The David
You-
Beckham goal from halfway across the pitch.
Oh yeah, of course. Basically, Theo, one of David Beckham's one of the big defining moment that basically made David Beckham a star back when he was like 18, I think.
Rookie, yeah.
Was that when he just randomly decided to try to to score a goal from literally halfway across the field,
And he made it.
and he made it.
That was an interesting goal.
One team is very happy here, and one team is very frustrated.
Hello, the goalkeeper. Like,
Yeah, you wouldn't have expected that kind of gap between these two. They deservedly lead.
Well, they've knocked the ball about well,
So you
Martin.
managed to
Knocked it about with
score
confidence.
even.
And as you say, they're two evenly matched
So I've
sides,
probably
that's been
reduced
a big
half of
achievement
the
for
Welsh capital into silence.
Just
Yeah, basically
right
Cardiff is the
margin
capital
here
of
to
Wales.
2-0. Tagiso Dikachwe.
Yoink.
Good challenge.
Missed there.
Richards.
So you're almost halfway through the first time and you're already winning 2-0.
Yep. So far, things are going pretty well.
Gardner. Could be
How
dangerous.
can they be screwed up?
We'll see.
And it will go into the middle now. Here's Williams.
What?
Oh, there you go.
How did I score that?
Yeah, that was confusing.
Well, let's get a closer look at the replay. Here we go.
Replay confirming for us here that the goalkeeper did get a touch, but not strong enough to keep
Yeah,
the
that
ball out of his
probably
net.
had something to
Well,
do
he
with
is
it.
his own harshest critic, this lad, and he'll blame himself for that, I think, having got a touch.
Look at that guy's face.
Given the most comfortable
It's like he wants to kill
play, it's
somebody.
3-0 as the game gets underway.
Also, where did the stadium announcer go? Did he get so depressed
To O'Sullivan.
that he just gave up?
He's
I
coming
guess.
forward with some danger.
Maybe
Hold on,
he's on his
Really
sandwich.
trying to use the full width of the pitch here.
What, during the game?
Oh, there you go.
And
The
they've scored,
opposition
certainly against the
scored.
balance of the game, but that's one for them.
Yeah. Now I just got to get 2 more.
Dwibs, I can tell you from personal experience from my city's team, never underestimate a situation like that.
I know
It
that's
cost my
right.
team. It cost my team a loss in the Turkish, I forgot, Champions League. I think it was. Basically, AC Milan was winning all in the first time,
And I scored
and they-
immediately after they
and
scored.
they got very cocky. So, and in the second time, the opponents got 3 goals on their own, and then they won at their penalties.
Basically, Jova, the other team's got 1 goal back, but then I immediately scored another one.
Certainly is, for a special player too. A player that
Oh, he almost got it there too.
he's shown us that today.
Oh, he's still that guy.
So we restart again.
Williams.
That guy.
4-1.
Aston Villa, number
Yeah.
7, Danny Williams.
Now the guy rushed that announcement. Seriously, did he need to go to the toilet?
Again, sandwich break, probably.
Comes in with a tackle.
He was like eating. He was like eating his cereal.
The opposition have a
Like,
chance.
oh, I'm eating
That's a serious situation.
cereal.
And on he goes. Shots on here. And what a good finish.
Funny because still that guy Williams. Okay. Funny because that thing just popped up.
Wow.
You see, guys, Aston Villa are so awesome. They have the power to make things fade into existence.
God damn it, EA.
Dang it. Wow.
5-1 the score.
Anyway, I was saying that because one of my country's basketball famous announcers got the voice like he was munching his cereal, kind of like Widow from Brindley. He was actually so famous that they used him to voice act
Now Williams.
the small lines that the announcer gets in Space Jam.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, Shiroi, your country's capital city is getting utterly torn apart by a Birmingham side.
Well, I don't live in the capital city, so I don't care.
Yeah, basically, everyone in Wales is disappointed except Swansea.
Yeah. It's not us. We don't care.
I mean,
We're very
hell,
supportive like that.
there was that one season where both Swansea and Cardiff were both in the Premier League.
Well, as long as he's been in
I
this
think it
game,
was
Martin,
the
he wouldn't have experienced
2012-13 season. Let me check just to be sure.
He couldn't miss out there.
What I do remember is that it didn't work out so well for Cardiff. That was during the time where their owners were so fixated on trying to appeal to Asians that they switched their home and away colours around.
Team on the wrong end of that scoreline.
Basically, traditionally Cardiff play at home in blue and away in red, but they switched them around because reasons. Yeah, reasons. And it didn't quite go.
So, can you make assist one? Oh, come on, Dwibs. God damn it. That was
Hey,
a
I
silver
found,
platter. Even I could say that.
Basically, both Cardiff and Swansea were in the Premier League in the 2013-14 season. Cardiff finished rock bottom, Swansea finished 12th.
And where's your sixth one? Whee!
And as for when they both played each other, let me see.
So I guess that's his standard victory pose of Hunter, wherever he scores.
6-1 the score.
Yeah, in that, okay, Swansea won their home game 3-0
Jesus,
against
Louis,
Cardiff.
that was violent. You need to stop chopping people's off.
Swansea won their home game against Cardiff 3-0, and for the away fixture,
Some quality in this Cardiff City attack.
Cardiff, there we go, Swansea all the way over here. Cardiff won the other one 1-0, so there's that.
Oh,
Again, not to help Cardiff that much, but still.
Credit for taking on the shot. Well, what a good chance that was for him. By his standards, that's a glaring miss.
Quite.
and you're getting a 10 out of 10 now. Oh, substitution.
Yeah, and the game makes the substitutions at random.
Yeah, this lad's got a confidence, sometimes cockiness about him. He's really demanding on his day, and this was certainly his day.
And oh
No.
What a fine save.
Yeah, there you go. You're back at 9.6.
yeah, by now like 3/4 of Cardiff fans have left the stadium.
Well, better that than start throwing smoke screens and coins in the field.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to accuse the people of Cardiff of doing that. I'm just saying about extreme fans in general, because my country is full of them.
Oh,
We've come to a point where every single game is more like a Russian roulette.
oh God, but Pedro, sorry, Tio, I'll make a suggestion to you now. Do not go anywhere near Millwall.
With a name like that, I'll be surely don't.
Basically, Millwall are infamous for having the worst football fans ever. They're like
Super
they're
violent.
It's extraordinary, it's gone the other way.
yeah.
It has. I think everybody in the stadium is quite surprised by that. Because the one
Hell, the least worst thing I can, the least worst physical thing I remember hearing about them doing was ripping the seats out of stadiums.
Jesus.
The worst was, doing stuff like racist chants and they even attacked West Ham fans during a derby game back in 2009.
Oh, very good.
Though to be fair, from what I've heard, West Ham fans were doing the same thing. So yeah. But also, speaking of the South Wales derby, there was a match between the two back in 2009 where the referee got hit by a projectile.
Yeah.
From the Cardiff end.
Yeah, I heard of it too, actually.
There's only really one team in it, only one team in
I mean, nowadays in my country, but I'm sure that it's even that in the rest of the world, security in stadiums is very tight, but that doesn't manage to stop these people. I don't understand.
Here's a chance.
I guess there's a racket behind it or something. Oh, there you go. Fourth Hunter's goal.
This is amazing.
Yeah, you're completely destroying this team. And I saw it before, you're not normal. So, I guess, Dwibs, you're just this better when you're in control of the team instead of just Hunter.
8-1, Jesus. Although, if there is a club that does have ill feelings towards Cardiff City, is actually Leeds United. There's been quite a few times during matches involving the two where fans from both sides just kind of went crazy at each other. Basically, there was a match in 2002 where before the whistle had even gone for full time, Cardiff fans started pelting the players with bottles and coins, which involved women and children getting injured.
Yeah.
Cardiff's chairman started doing gestures to the crowd, which Leeds fans interpreted as gloating over their defeat. Cardiff fans went onto the pitch after the game to celebrate, which is, to be fair, is kind of common, especially with a major victory. But outside the stadium, there was a bit of a standoff between both sets of fans. 3 years later, Cardiff played Leeds, and the minority of Leeds fans who were a bunch of hooligans, again, minority, there are plenty of Leeds fans who are nice, decent people. There was riots outside, and that caused a few banning orders.
Anyway, you're absolutely destroyed the team, your position.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you're still gonna be told that your performance is mediocre.
Yes.
Also, every fandom has their crazy.
Yeah. It's just, in my opinion, the worst kind of fans are football fans, because at least
Well, Jova, you can tell us from your perspective, from your country. How are people in terms of...
Hang on, sorry, I'm finished.
Sorry.
Because at least with internet fans, I mean, yeah, the stuff internet fans do
we
is...
have a cutscene?
Yeah, cutscene. I'll explain later.
Well, football fans are fueled by alcohol, so...
Not all of them.
We're talking about the crazy specifically.
Wow, if football doesn't work out, you should give diplomacy a go. I'm Alex Hunter, and I'll save the world!
Where is this coming from?
Remember, this guy used to be... Remember, that guy was a dick to us at the beginning, but now he's there.
Well, it's not just so much that.
I don't recall us really talking with him much.
It's the fact that guy, like, that scene was just hammy.
Yeah, not to mention the fact
It was funny. Not for the right reason.
Yeah, I liked
funny.
Yeah. It was funny, but I will say though, okay, so we're supposed to get that he's warming up to us, but we haven't really had that many cutscenes with the guy. I mean, seriously.
We kinda did, Drova. It's just very so spruce in between the training and the matches.
That's what I meant.
Guys,
I said we haven't had that many.
Guys,
oh, we got another?
Yep.
And the way you took your goal.
Oh, great, it's Douchey McDouche face.
Which one?
The first one.
Let's listen.
Scored in the Premier League this season. And to those pundits who say your ego is starting to be a problem, what do you have to say to them?
Nothing really. They're not the ones out there scoring incredible goals, are they?
What a dick.
Just one
My role is don't you see, Karen? My role is entirely one-dimensional.
The weird thing is, like, well, this guy literally started off as Alex's best friend, but now he's the villain.
I get that they're trying. What they're trying to do? They're trying to have a Charles Foster Kane thing where he starts out as an innocent young player, but then he lets his fame get to him. I get that, but the problem is that
Pedro, we'll get a cutscene near the end. That's if I get to the FA Cup final. That actually, that's not the angle they're going for.
Oh, really?
Wait, are they going for the angle that he never cared for Alex? Like,
what do you think, Jova?
That would be stupid. Well, okay. Maybe they can pull it off, but I'm guessing they don't.
Oh, the daddy issues.
Oh, right, that's a thing too. Okay, look, I get the.
Remember, during that game years ago when he was 9, he just walked out on his family.
I guess, like, well, there's technically a good. Well, okay, there's technically a substantial. There's technically a story that gets stuff done. I guess the problem is, like, well, they don't exactly splatter it that well through the game. Like, seriously, you can have quite a few matches and you don't really get that many substantial story scenes, but then you get the heavy story scenes like this. I guess it feels like, well, they could arrange them better.
This music.
Well, regardless of what the angle they're going with, it's as of right now, this character, the way this character has changed, it's so one-dimensional and ham-fisted.
Yeah, it just needs a pair of mustache to twirl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, just now the cutscene's over, I'll finish off what I was saying earlier. Basically, at least with, say, the worst kind of fans you find on the internet, I mean, the worst they do is still horrible, don't get me wrong, but at least they're not, like, physically assaulting other people.
So we
I guess.
Physical over mental.
All right,
Mind
time
over
for some more
muscle.
training. All right, time for some trivia. Dwibs, who won the very first FIFA World Cup?
Brazil.
No, they only
Argentina?
won. Nope.
I know it's not England, that's for
He,
sure.
it's not an obvious country. I'll say that.
Denmark, no, that was the Euros.
No, Denmark never won.
Ouch. Something rotten in Denmark?
So now
No, well, that's not that. It's just that Denmark has never been known for having a strong team.
Canada.
No. I
they're
don't
not
think
even
Canada
a
hasn't
real
won
country
anything.
anyway.
Whatever. Okay, it was Uruguay.
Uruguay.
From South America. And guess who won the next two World Cups after that?
Brazil.
Italy.
All right.
Basically, the
We
second
charge the battery.
the second World
Don't
Cup
worry, I'll do that.
the second World Cup took place in Italy, and Italy took advantage of it to win. And then the third one took place in France, and yet Italy still won. So there you go.
Huzzah!
And then Brazil won the fourth one in 1950. All right, so no, never mind. I forgot. No, the 1950 was where it took place in Brazil, but then Brazil lost in the final against Uruguay in a humiliating defeat.
I've got my own trivia question for all of you guys now, actually.
Go ahead.
What?
Alright.
When was the last time Brazil won the World Cup?
I know. Should I say it, or should I let the other guys try to guess?
Everyone but me.
Let's let the others guess. Shiro, you go first. Get out of the way.
Go, bitch. Get out
the way.
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
When was the what was the last FIFA World Cup that Brazil won?
What did you say, Shiro?
I said some time ago.
No, I need a specific year.
I'm gonna say 1985.
No, Theo, come on. No, you're way off.
Jova, you have a guess.
That's my ignorance.
2001?
You're close, but
That was gonna be mine, but okay, I'll say 2000.
2000 what, sorry?
3.
2002.
You're closer than... Well, actually... Well, exactly. There you go.
So
Sorry,
I was close with 2001.
And so was Shiroi.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
So,
all right.
So what's next?
More training.
So yeah, basically it was what happened last year was a repeat of the 1950 World Cup, where Brazil was so convinced of their victory that, and yet Uruguay, the underdogs, beat them, and the same thing happened last year at the Euros, where France literally got beaten in their own turf.
Which is ironic because that's how you lost the Euros last time you got to a final, Pedro.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Football has never been that kind to the favorites. It's always been more kind to underdogs.
Yeah. As we said earlier, it was France had everything going for them, and they won most of their games. Plus, it was on their own turf. Contrast to Portugal, who pretty much drew their way to the final.
Nice.
And they actually won the thing.
All right. Here's another one, Dwibs. The 1990 World Cup once again took place in Italy. Guess who won?
West Germany.
Oh, very good.
That was back when they were still divided.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to think of not a country now.
I can have a trivia question maybe for you, Dwibs.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I forgot. It was probably the 90. Yeah. It was the 1990s World League, the one that we get every 4 years. I forgot.
The World Cup.
The World Cup.
The World Cup. Yeah. It was set in Italy, that one, I think.
1990, yeah, the one I just mentioned.
Can you remember what the mascot was, Dwibs?
A chicken?
No, that was France. That was France 4 years after.
Dude,
a stereotypical Italian chef shouting spaghetti.
Tread carefully, Dwibs.
We've warned you about this.
A lion.
No. Basically,
some sort?
no, it was a basically a stick man made of with a balloon, with a basically soccer football balloon on his head, called the Ciao, which means hello, which was used to represent my country salutating the others, basically.
Ah, so he is an Italian stereotype.
All right, I got one for you, Jova.
And
Where
Dwibs can't write anymore.
Yes.
I got one for you, Jova. Where did the 1994 World Cup take place?
1994 World Cup.
The one that we weren't in.
I gave you a hint before, Jova, if you paid attention.
You of all people should know.
America?
There you go.
Oh, that's
USA.
right. Yeah.
1994 was the USA World Cup, and Brazil won by beating Italy in the final.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah, that's right. We did win
yeah.
that one.
Don't worry, Tio. Don't worry, Tio. You guys won in 2006.
No, we
Yeah.
didn't.
So there you go,
Yeah, you did.
Dwibs. We...
Actually, you did. You beat France.
Oh, right, no, I confused, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one where Zinedine Zidane
Yeah,
made his grand.
Materazzi, yeah.
So let's see. Okay. So the USA has won a World Cup. Has Portugal won a World Cup?
Nope.
I know Italy has, right?
We could. Hold on.
Anyway, we may as well end the part here.
Yeah.
Join us next time where Aston Villa take on Brighton.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll probably see Alice in the crowd somewhere.
probably not.
All right. See you, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.